Hello, brother. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to quit video games. Now, just to make the foundation really clear, this isn't going to be a quick guide. No, the action steps may be successful for you in 2 or 3 months, or for someone it will take 2 or 3 years. I know for me it took 2 or 3 years, so hopefully by me sharing this information with you, you'll be able to avoid some of the mistakes I've made and reach this ideal point where you're not longer chained by video games much faster than me. So let's get into it. Stage one, addiction. So for me, for example, the peak of my addiction, I would say, is like waking up really early, say 6 o'clock, even though I technically need to get up like 7:30 to go to school. Play an hour and a half video games, go to school, think about video games the whole day, to the point where I would look at myself in the mirror, and I wouldn't even think of it as myself. Not in the way of like self hate or no, I didn't want to be that person. It was kind of like I was dissociating from being me. I didn't have that link between myself here and the person I would see in the mirror. And during that time was a time when I was the most deeply sunk into video games. Come home, play 2 or 3 hours, eat some food, play for another 2 or 3 hours, go to sleep, avoid homework, avoid human connection, all that stuff. Spend every single moment that I can on weekends, whatever I'm allowed, grinding on video games. This was to a point, like, I remember I was like 8 years old, and I'd stay up to like 3 a.m. sometimes just playing video games for like 9 hours straight. That's hard, man. But hey, now I've got to the final stage, which we're gonna get to, and I'm very happy about that. So I'm really gonna try to teach you this as honestly and as openly as possible. So during the stages, the stages just described, video games encapsulate your whole life, with some breaks of even more bad habits, with some breaks of eating some junk food, watching things you shouldn't be watching, doing things you shouldn't be doing, sleeping in, sleeping late, not doing your work, not doing your homework, not exercising. So, this is the stage where you realize you have a problem. Like everyone knows, every video game addict, when you're playing for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, you know you have a problem, right? So now we're going to get to the next step. Step two is loops. Step two is realizing, okay, I have a problem. So say your average week looks like, say here's 10 hours, say here's 5. You're bouncing between them. The weekdays like this, the weekend shoots up like this, and whatnot. When you go onto the loop stage, where you're trying to make some progress, one day you'll come home and you'll play a little bit less, then the next day maybe you'll play a little bit more. Third day you won't handle it and you'll just play for like 8 hours straight. Then you'll try to drop it down. During the weekend you'll have one good day where you'll play for 5 hours. Then the next day you just can't be asked. You have like a good 2 hours of the day, and then you just play for like 10 hours. So this is better than this because the 5 hour lines like here, the 10 hour lines like here. You're hitting it less. You're making some progress. You're really trying, like before, if you're like on this level as your average, you're dropping it down for some days, but you're still relapsing, and some weeks you don't even do anything. It just goes terrible. It's like you're not even trying to quit your addiction. This stage is identified by the fact that you know you have a problem, you're trying to solve it, but you're failing to solve it. It's a very painful stage, and I know for all of my friends that haven't quit video games, like I moved schools a few times and I still have like connections with people from my old group on Discord. And I open Discord up sometimes and I see some of the guys, man, 19 years old, playing League for the last 9 hours. And these were guys that before had tried to quit, and there's no shame on that because this is a very difficult stage. And unless you do the step that I'm about to tell you, it's very difficult to actually quit. So, some improvement is stage three, where you may get a week where instead of your daily average being 7 hours, now it's four, now it's three, now it's even two on some days. Like 2 hours a day from what it was before is ridiculous. That's incredible. I know for some people these numbers are gonna sound extortionate. Now that just means maybe you're not addicted to it as I was, or a lot of people are, and that's a fantastic thing. But even if you do have hours as bad as the ones I'm saying, or even worse, It's okay. This process is still gonna work for you. So there's some improvement. So here is where you're trying to replace things in your life. So you've realized the problem. You're trying to solve it, not by just reducing video games as you do in step two, where you go, yeah, I'm not gonna play today. I'll play a little bit less, and then you cycle back on it. The reason you continuously cycle back on it is because you don't replace it with anything. Really pay attention to what I just said. The reason why you're not replacing it efficiently and truly and actually making a change is because you're not adding anything in to actually replace it with. So when I actually started quitting and I actually started winding down my hours, I started working out. Very stereotypical story, but definitely worked for me. I started working out. So all I literally do is I do 20 push-ups in my bathroom before, like, as my shower water was warming up, right? Then I added 20 sit-ups and then 20 squats. Then that would take me too long. Like, by the time I turned the water on and did that, the water would be like hot for a minute. So I started doing it in my room. So then I increased it to 50 push-ups a day, not in a row, right? To make it clear, I'll do like 10 push-ups, take a break, another 10, another 5, another 5, that sort of style. And then I just added more and more exercise in. And this is exactly how I'd recommend it for you. If you're currently not weightlifting, very simple guide. Start with very few exercises, just increase the reps, get into it, build a consistent habit. I would much rather you do 5 to 20 minutes of consistent daily exercise than say, yeah, I'll go work out in the gym 1 hour a day, do it for 2 days, and then not do it for the rest of the week. Building a habit that you're going to keep for the rest of your life. Because now those 5 20 minutes you gained are 5 20 minutes less of video games and 5 20 minutes of a positive habit. So it's both the upside of 20 minutes and the reduction of 20 minutes of a negative habit. So it's like a plus 40-minute XP bonus. The benefit you're going to have as someone who plays video games is the fact that you can dedicate yourself truly, you can get addicted to something, and you can stay very consistent with that for long periods of time. You're addicted to leveling yourself up, or completing missions, or the brotherhood of it. So the way we're going to start replacing that is mainly with weightlifting at the start. You have a goal, you want to get fit, I would recommend see like a few body transformation videos online. And that way you can start getting the motivation, the realization of I can achieve that. Like when I started, bro, I was 45 kilograms. 45 kilograms. I was skin and bones. Now, like 4 years later, I've got it to like 73. This change has made such a big difference to me, both in confidence, in strength, in my energy levels, and how healthy I feel. I can wake up and just feel amazing. Not simply in confidence or self esteem, which those things have been massively improved by this, but literally in the energy I have. That's so good, man. It's like you live your life. You go from 1044p to 4K HD. It's just, you see everything so differently. Everything feels so much better. So now that you have this increase, this improvement of your time through one habit, we're going to add another two small habits in. We're going to add a meditation. You're going to start meditating by downloading an app called Medito. Download an app called Medito, and you're just going to start with like the daily habits, the daily course there that they have. It's literally going to start from like 1 minute meditations to like 5 minute meditations. This habit will seem stupid to you, but this is a habit that's going to actually stop your addiction. Because then instead of relapsing, just mindlessly going and playing video games, what meditation does is it increases your mindfulness, it increases your awareness of the present moment, like your focus. If you're focused, you're not randomly going to turn the Xbox on and start playing. You're not randomly going to queue up a game of League. You'll be more focused on what you're doing now, on the work you're doing, on the workout you're doing. And that way you'll really reduce a lot of the random relapses you have. You're not going to fall into an 8-hour gaming session because at 1 or 2 hours in, you're going to realize, wait, I've been playing for 2 hours already. That's enough. So, working out 5 to 20 minutes a day, depending on your skill level. If you work out consistently, really do amazing with that, bro. Well done. Start meditating, and additionally start gratitude journaling. Journaling can be done on a notebook or Notion. Open up a Notion document or a notebook, plain document. Today's date, I am grateful for water. I am grateful for the fact that I have a phone and I can communicate with my friends. I'm grateful that I have a laptop I can work with. I'm grateful that today I worked out and I feel a lot healthier. As you can understand, completely random points. And this will seem stupid, but this is the habit that has transformed my mental health. Gratitude journaling makes you more aware of things you are grateful about, and gratitude and happiness are literally linked almost one to one. For every 10 XP you get in gratitude, you get 10 XP in happiness. So your gaming mindset can really fall into this, that you can think, okay, so if I do 10 points a day, say that's like 10 XP, I will feel that little bit happier. If I do this for 3 months, you will physically feel a difference in your existence. I've been doing this consistently for over a year now. It has transformed my life, bro. It's transformed how productive I am. It's transformed how good my relationships are. And most importantly, it transformed how happy I am. And when I'm happy, I'm far less likely to do something like play video games, eat some shit, just sit on my phone and scroll for hours. Get into those 3 habits. This is going to be your foundation. This in total, if you're meditating at the start for 5 minutes a day, gratitude journaling 5-10 minutes a day, work out for 20 minutes, let's say max at the start, you can do this in 30-40 minutes. Really easy. Stack it on some habits I'd recommend. So the way I do this is either right when you wake up, hit a little workout and be really motivated for it. Like maybe put on your like a really hype song that you like, meditate afterwards for your 5 minutes and just write a few points you're happy about. As time goes on, you're gonna get some improvements with this. You're gonna start becoming these things are gonna start becoming habits into your life. And as soon as these things start becoming habits, I have found that is when my video games, like the time I was spending on them, start fall by a lot. Because for every minute that you replace with a good habit, you decrease the bad habit. You only have so many hours in a day, right? So once this is not like dialed in, it can take 2 weeks, can take 2 months, can take 4 months, how long it is for you. And every week, all we're going to try to do is increase it by a tiny amount. Increase it by 5 or 10% difficulty. So if at the start you write 5 points of gratitude journaling, try write 6 this week. Meditation. After 2-3 weeks, try start doing 10-minute meditations. Maybe once or twice a week, then try do that every single day. That you meditate for 10 minutes instead of 5. Then for your workout, instead of 20 minutes, maybe start adding another exercise. So maybe add another few sets of push-ups, maybe add another few sets of this, maybe find a little simple beginner's workout plan that you can find online. And that's all you're going to need, man. So, step 4 is now this becomes a small part of your life. Between step 3 and step 4, this can take a long time. I think it took me like 3 to 6 months that I stayed consistent with some habits while also decreasing my video game addiction. Step 4 is this becomes a small part of your life. This is when all these habits I talked about that every week you make a little bit harder, a little bit longer, you put a little bit more effort in. After a month for some people, after 6 months for other people, you will really see a difference where these habits are the things that you're really motivated to do in your life. You know, your parents know about it, your friends have noticed that you're putting more muscle on, girls have noticed you're putting more muscle on. Maybe you start talking to a girl or two. You start breaking up this bad habit with a good habit. And also, when I said talking to a girl or two, I don't mean, start cheating on your girlfriend and stuff like that. You're just going to create more problems in your life. I mean, start conversing with people of the opposite gender. It's going to become less scary when you're a guy that meditates every day and you can stay more present in the moment. When you're a guy that's happier and people are going to notice it. And when you're a guy that's getting in better shape, right? All these things are going to do so much benefit for your life. Both like socially, with your family, with your friends, the respect all these people show you, and the respect you're going to have for yourself. A way I'd recommend to speed this up is have an accountability partner, or within your group, try promoting this. Say you had a little workout today. If you're closer with one of the guys, try do a workout with him. Maybe one of them is already interested in working out. Recommend him meditation, recommend him gratitude. Some people will bite, and then these guys can become lifelong friends, like they did for me. 2 of the guys from my old friend group fully went into this with me. Working out, gratitude journaling, mental health practice, being productive, starting a business. Now I'm going to live with one of them in a few months. Isn't that beautiful, bro? Like, you can develop lifelong friends with this from the people that you played video games with. And you're just mind-numbingly there, like, this is gonna make such a beautiful change in your life, man. And again, during this time, you're gonna play for video games. You're gonna play for an hour a day. You're gonna play for 30 minutes a day. Some days you're gonna play for 3 hours, because you won't really stick to your consistent routine. So what I recommend for this is add a timetable to your day. Add some different forms of consistency. Add a to-do list, add a timetable. There's videos on my channel for both those. But very quickly, just to break it down, say here's your timetable. At 6 a.m. wake up. Say 6:20, you showered up and whatever, work out for 20 minutes. 6:40 meditate, and just do this for your whole day. Now this is going to be your perfect day. You're not going to follow this every day. You'll try to, and just be happy with as much as you can. Because even if you achieve 50% of the stuff on there, think about 6 months ago. Think about hitting 50% of this stuff would seem like a ridiculous, like an incredible day. You literally go to school the next day and start telling your friends about it. So just feel proud of yourself for this. Even if you have some bad days, think, okay, that's fine. Tomorrow I'll try my best to stick to the timetable. And just really do your best with it, man. The reason I'm saying this, and I'm telling you like, yeah, and you'll do better and all this, is because I was literally stuck in this stage for like 1 or 2 years. It takes time. It took me time. I didn't have someone telling me to do a timetable and all this stuff. But I'm just telling you all the things that really helped me. And it's going to take time, but safe throughout the course of a year. You'll grow from at the start of it, doing some productive habits, but then still playing for 3 or 4 hours a day, to by the end of it, playing for 1 hour a day. By the end of it, you may be doing way better with your studies. You may have a girlfriend by the end of it. Your friendship circle may be a lot better. You may have gotten into a sport like kickboxing or wrestling or football or rugby, whatever. The quality of life from here to here is unparalleled. You can't even compare the two lives. And think about a year from now. So let's take this year. 1 hour a day and more productive habits. Think about a year from now, what's going to happen. We'd be playing once or twice a week for an hour. More productive habits. Maybe started a business. Maybe get a job, making a little bit of money and everything. Again, think about the quality of life here, man. And by this point, if you're playing for like 1 or 2 hours a week, you're fine, bro. At that point, you're okay. So let's get on to that stage. Vague memory. When you're playing for like 1 or 2 hours a week, even less than that, some weeks you don't play at all, that's okay then. I could tell you cut them out completely, but I think the pressure I have found really doesn't help me. Like, I can go like for right now, I haven't played in like 3 weeks randomly because I haven't had the pressure not to. It's kind of like you don't even desire it at some point. But if you're really craving it, attach habits to it. So think, okay, I'll complete my whole timetable. Any day that I complete my whole timetable, I'll play for an hour. Most days you're not going to complete your timetable, bro. But the days that you do, it will feel so much nicer to play that hour of video games compared to wake up, play for an hour, then you feel like shit. You're not going to do your productive day. That's what I'm going to leave you with. Take each of those steps. Be graceful to yourself. This is an addiction. It's going to be difficult to get off it. But it's not going to be difficult to get off it using these steps. If you replace it with something positive that you're motivated for, it's not going to be difficult. It's just going to take some time. It is going to be difficult if you don't do any of these good habits and you literally just try to cut it out of your life. Because then when I tried to do that initially, I replaced it with scrolling, bro. I then started getting addicted to scrolling, like scrolling 3-4 hours a day, playing video games between that, but thinking, oh yeah, I'm not doing that bad because I'm playing video games for a few hours a day. No. I'm going to replace it with good habits, and that's how you're going to become a better man, bro. I really hope this has helped you, bro, because I know this transformation for me it's changed my life, man. Truly, truly. I say that in the happiest way possible. So I really, really hope that this helps you too, because it's just been amazing, bro. So thank you so much for watching, man. Really hope that helps. Much love.